James Cameron is known for his blockbuster movies, such as Titanic, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, and Aliens. Let's talk about the longest labor of Cameron's movies that took 13 years of his lifespan, the Avatar. Avatar was released on December 18, 2009. It was a groundbreaker achievement in movie making. With all good 3D technology, it has brought a future to cinema. Scientist is all about its fantasy, and Cameron movie is the testament to the limit-pushing realism, has offered fans a dream in sci-fi movie. This epic thrill of Avatar amazed people who willing to explore a fantasy land like no other. Where Cameron has reigned the crown, it has to bear the burden after giving decade to a movie. The story could not amaze many of us. It was a weak story. He failed to bring new aspect to the film. While Avatar seemed like a movie that could be enjoyed on the big screen, its runtime was so long that my weak bladder and heart could never bear it. Though they really should have used intermission. Remember the time when movies shorter than this had intermissions. The story is usual with top-notch cliché, but somehow the visual effect artist has deliver rousing piece of filmmaking. Yes, one of the best things about Avatar is the stunning visuals of Pandora, both before and after the war. The movie really submerges you in the beautiful world of Pandora and makes you feel like you're right there alongside the characters. The contrast between the lush, vibrant Pandora before the war and the scarred, bleak wildness after the war is truly striking and adds to the emotional impact of the story. The grip to detail in the graphics is impressive. When Jack Sully learns to fly Ikran, a flying creature to native Pandora, the visuals were a treat to people who grew up watching How to Train Your Dragon, making it a visually stunning movie to watch. The movie is about the year 2154, where humans have depleted Earth's natural resources and are now mining a valuable mineral called unobtainium on the distant planet Pandora, which is inhabited by a sentient species called the Na'vi. The story begins with Jake Sully, played by Sam Worthington, who is a warrior that becomes paralyzed. Jack had a twin brother, Sully, who was also in Marine and has lost his life. Jack dreams of walking freely again, which leads him to participate in the Avatar program mission to mine mineral. Jake remotely controls a genetically engineered body with the goal of gaining the Na'vi people's trust and completing his mission to obtain genetic legs. However, he becomes involved with Neytiri, a Na'vi woman, and his priorities begin to shift. He learned their language and the bonding process which helped him later to ride Ikran and save their world. The movie's portrayal of the connection between humans and the world around us is embodied by the Na'vi's belief in Awa, a deity that is believed to be the guiding force behind all life on Pandora. The people of Pandora, all living, were connected much like neurons in a brain. They can communicate through dream. They could speak to animal. The Na'vi live in harmony with their environment and view themselves as a part of it, while the humans view the environment as a resource to be exploited. Throughout, the movie emphasizes the environmental and cultural clash through the cinematic and thought-provoking themes. It beautifully depicts the greed and curse, the desire for unobtainium, a valuable mineral that is abundant on the planet Pandora. The Na'vi people, who live in harmony with nature, are threatened by the humans' greed and human desire to exploit the planet's resources. The movie uses 3D motion capture technology, which captures actors' performances and expressions and turns them into 3D-generated characters and environments. The scientists and military personnel, led by Dr. Grace Augustine and Colonel Miles Quaritch, respectively, were portrayed by the actors with great skill and nuance. The death of the Tree of Souls was a particularly emotional moment, and the actors did justice to the scene. Zoe Saldana's performance as Neytiri was particularly impressive, and her ability to convey a wide range of emotions through her facial expressions was truly remarkable. She was able to make the audience feel the pain of betrayal when her character cries, and her acting helped to create a powerful atmosphere throughout the movie. Jack undergoes a transformation as he learns about the Na'vi culture, their connection to nature, and their fight against the human exploitation of Pandora's resources. He ultimately becomes a key figure in the Na'vi's resistance against the human military. He forgets his loyalty toward the human. All he knew, his weak body is free in the Pandora, and he wanted this dream to be his reality. One strong criticism about Avatar is that it failed to give every character a satisfying end to their story. Some characters, such as Dr. Grace Augustine, were not given a proper resolution, which left many of us feeling unsatisfied. In addition to its groundbreaking graphics, the movie failed to deliver top-notch action sequences. The fight scenes were too boring, expected, and simple, which is not what we expect from a sci-fi movie. The villain lacked a proper fight scene, which was disappointing. Avatar scenes are copied heavily from other films and stories, particularly Pocahontas and Dances with Wolves, to the point that the film lacked originality and was too derivative of other works. I think the movie was heavy-handed and didactic, which detracted from the overall experience. While it certainly marked a new era in cinema, it didn't meet my expectations after 13 years in the making. The movie concludes with themes of friendship, relationships, and connections to the natural world. I think viewers should watch the movie at least once and decide for themselves what they think about it. It's important to think critically about the messages that the movie conveys. The story is likely to continue in sequel, where it left off because movie left us with a lot of question unanswered. Fans will love to learn the language more. It will be interested to learn more about the Pandora habitat and the Na'vi clan, and how they will adapt to the new culture and language that Jake and Neytiri have introduced. Overall, the movie's success has set the stage for a sequel that will explore these themes in greater depth.